Hey, I'm Hunt, and this is Hunt on LSU, your channel for LSU Fighting Tiger football talk. Enjoy the video. We want you to leave a comment below, hit that like button, and subscribe right below the video. Enjoy. I want to talk about the LSU defense and what their goals are coming up on Sunday against this SC offense. And it's very clear from talking to Greg Penn and Harold Perkins that there's a package that they're really trying to get to here throughout the course of a game. And that package is called the Prowler Package. Now, our system's not working perfectly here, so instead of playing the sound through the actual system, I'm going to hold my phone up where I took the audio and play this Greg Penn piece talking about the Prowler defense being very, very important to what they're trying to do on defense.
It's really important in our defense. Cool Bigger, he calls the Prowler front his baby. That's what he calls it. So, yeah, so, I mean, he creates a lot of different mismatches and things like that. So it's really good in what we do as a defense. So, but we can't get to the Prowler front. We don't handle things on first and second down and get them in third and long. So I think that everything just comes together with everyone doing their job.
So what they're trying to do is get to this pass rush front. And that pass rush front is going to be Deshaun Womack and Braden Swinson on the outsides. Harold Perkins is going to be involved there. They're going to kick Paris Shand down inside the defensive tackle from end. And they're going to allow those guys to rush the passer full bore. And it gets deceptive, and there are different wrinkles you can do from it. And I've got sound, but I'm actually just going to read the quote because I've got it here. Harold Perkins, really, you could see him light up when he talked about the Prowler front on Tuesday. He was asked about it, and he kind of looked up and he goes, Coach Baker gets freaky with that. You never know where the person can come from. It may look the same, but it's going to be different every time. Whatever he calls, I just go out there and execute. And that's Perkins talking about his role in this Prowler front. But just as you just heard from Greg Penn, they can't use this if they never get to third down, and they can't use it on 3rd and 2. They can only use this in 3rd and distance, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 11. You've got to force a holding call early on. You've got to get a tackle for loss early on. Got to shoot a gap and hit a run in the backfield early on to get to this. You heard Penn just say, like, Blake Baker calls it his baby. And that means he feels like this is their bread and butter. This is their weapon. And I don't disagree with that at all. If you tell me they've got a front seven that involves Braden Swinson, who was probably their best pass rusher from the front last year, that involves Deshaun Womack, who's got 5-star talent on another end, that's got a converted defensive end in Paris Shand playing inside at the tackle spot, that's got Harold Perkins moving around and probably has Whit Weeks moving around as well. You've got really athletic people who are able to be disguised and can be a one-on-one nightmare for whatever offensive lineman has to deal with them in that spot. This is something I can get on board with LSU's defense. This is something that sounds very, very attractive. Like, I have to work to get excited about the secondary. You just heard me say that. I don't have to work to get excited about this. If they can get into the proper situations against Southern Cal or against Ole Miss or against Alabama or against Oklahoma or whoever it is, and they can get into these down and distance situations and deploy that, which they've clearly been working on, which they clearly prioritize, and which I believe they clearly have the personnel to run, all of a sudden your defense can become very, very impactful. That's not hard to hypothesize. The problem is getting there. Can you stop the run? Can you make sure that they don't complete an easy pitch and catch for 9 yards on first down? These are things they could not do last year. Everything seemed so easy. Run it ahead of the chains, 2nd and 4. Easy pitch and catch, first down. 1st and 10, easy pitch and catch, 2nd and 2. You'll never get into any sort of success or any sort of rhythm defensively like that. But for those that are, saying, well, they better use Harold Perkins properly, what's the role going to be? Well, I don't know. I mean, I can tell you he's probably not going to be very effective on 2nd and 2. But they certainly have told us they have a plan if they can get to 3rd and 7. That much is evident. Just takes a quick player interview session to pull that out. So when you're watching the game on Sunday and you look up and there's a substitution there and you see potentially Greg Penn come off the field and you see Jacoby and Guillory come off the field, and Gio Pius did place him in, so he could theoretically play in this set as well on the interior. But you're going to see some guys in there that are purely in there to rush the passer. And that's an advantageous situation for really any defense. But for LSU, this makes a ton of sense. Just a matter of trying to get ahead and win on first downs. And I was really refreshed by talking to Greg Penn for the first time. He's been here for 4 years. I've never spoken to him. But I'm going to player interviews now to do some writing for LouisianaSports.net. And I got a chance to speak with him. He's a really good interview, very thoughtful, very eloquent. And he and Harold Perkins both kind of perked up when you talk about the Prowler package. And I think it may have been Koki Riley, it may have been Zach, I can't remember now, who kind of pressed Perkins on. So there may be sometimes you're blitzing, maybe sometimes you're dropping, and Perkins kind of looked and goes, I'm not going to tell you that. You're just going to have to watch on Sunday. But he did use the word freaky, which I very much enjoyed. Blake Baker get a little freaky on 3rd downs with the Prowler package. I'm in for it. That is something I'll absolutely be looking for, and quite frankly, could be a game-changing setup for LSU. We just never saw LSU in a position to attack last year. Like, the only time I ever really felt like LSU was attacking last year was like the second half of the A&M game. And even that wasn't a dominant effort, but you had a 3rd-string quarterback out there, and I felt like they did kind of move downhill a little bit, but really no other time did I feel like LSU was attacking. They may not get a stop every time against USC. In fact, they won't. But it should look at times like they're attacking. And this will certainly be one of those operations that is designed to attack. We'll see if LSU can get into it. Hey, thanks for watching Hunt on LSU. Before you get out of here, do us a couple of favors. Hit that like button, leave your comments below, and subscribe to the channel for all your Fighting Tiger football talk. See you next time.